Hello? Oh my god, that was... This thing was with the new PlayStation update. I don't know why they did this. The microphone was muted. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gents. Yep, it's working. Yep. Good to know that the microphone is now working. So there was a new update with the PlayStation 5 that automatically muted your microphone every time you needed to start broadcasting, which put me on mute. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to share my voice with you. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome. Tonight we are located in Bahrain, and we are going to be racing. This is going to be race 2 in the Formula 1 Pro Racing League. The grid is full tonight. We've got 20 drivers, and so far, Vespa GTRN holds the fastest lap. It's a 129.5. We've got to appreciate the colors, the graphics, and the frames per second on the new game. Even though, despite the fact that it looks a bit foggy, the camera from afar. It's my first time starting the game. I started today for the first time, and now it's the first time that I see the game in motion. We've got the McLaren of Vespa and Andrenan occupying P1 and P2. And there's nearly 6/10 of the second separating them. How's everyone doing in the chats? I hope everyone was having a wonderful day. We are still in Q1, ladies and gents. 4 drivers are going to be eliminated. Who are they going to be? Well, so I said I had an introduction for Bahrain, and I was talking about it, but unfortunately my mic was not working. So let me throw it again. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and buckle up your seatbelts because we are about to witness the Grand Prix of the Desert, the F1 race in Bahrain. Oh, the scorching sun may turn our drivers into grilled cheese, but fear not, for they're used to sweating under pressure. As the lights go green, these fearless speedsters will be zooming down the track like kids on a sugar rush, fueled by adrenaline and an unhealthy obsession with winning. And let me tell you, there's more drama than a season finale of Game of Thrones. Now the Bahrain circuit is a bit like a roller coaster ride. It's fast, it's exhilarating, and occasionally you might even find yourself screaming at the top of your lungs, just like my grandma when she sees a spider. But that's a whole different story. Ladies and gents, a few minutes to go. We've got, I believe, 9 minutes to go. Yep, 9 minutes to go. And so far, 13 drivers were able to set their lap times. And they are varying from the 129.5 until the 134.1. That's a lot. We're talking about nearly 5 seconds gap. And as far as we know, in Q1, 4 drivers are going to be eliminated. So far, it's the 2 Alfa Romeo and the Ferraris who have not set any lap times yet. We've got G, PRL G, who's out. We've got also Moti Perez on his fast lap. He's low on ERS, so I assume he's on his fast lap. DRS enabled across the finish line, managing to get a 132.0. Someone told me in the chats that it's a short quali. Well, I sure hope it's a short quali because we've got to wake up early tomorrow morning. So far, Vespa. Good afternoon, people. Porbs here from Brazil cheering F-Tronc. Say hello to the people in... How can I read this? How can I read this? Okay. So far, ladies and gents, Vespa is extending his lead. Once again, it's a 129.2. And we've got a spinning Alpha Tauri. Excuse me, sir. You can't park right there. And Sharpie. Take a look at Sharpie. He was able to slide himself between the 2 McLarens. A 129.6, yet 4/10 shy from the time of Vespa. you can tell that Vespa and Sharpie are on another level compared to the other drivers, unless the other drivers have got any tricks up their sleeves. Where are you? Where are the last three drivers? Sweetstuck, Fuzzy Wad, and Skid Solo. They are still in the pit stop, and we are still waiting for them. Reading the chats once again. We got Na Linea saying, hello, Looper Trooper. Thank you for streaming and let's race. Amen. Amen. Of course. Short Quali, Fuzzwad. Thank you. Thank you. Fabio Porps saying, good afternoon, people. Porps here from Brazil, cheering for F Trunk. Who is F Trunk? Let's open our eyes and try to locate that driver. F Trunk, F Trunk, F Trunk. Ah, there he is. The Haas of F Trunk. He's currently in 6th place, alongside his teammate Ivor in 5th place. Very close lap times. A 1:30.2 for both drivers. Wesley Albuquerque saying T Frank is the best pilot for the world. Brazil here. Hello, Brazil. Wow, we've got a lot of Brazilians in the chats, and we tell Brazilians obrigado. That's the only Brazilian word I know. Well, if you think he's the best driver, he needs to prove himself. He needs to show the world that he's the best driver, because at the moment 1 second is separating him from pole position. We need to keep in mind something, that qualifying pace is something and race pace is something else. You might have a fantastic one lap magic, but in the race you might be horrible. So it's too early to judge, and we still have 4 minutes to go. The majority of the drivers are now in the pits. We only have Lopi and Gil who are on the track. Trunk is now leaving the pit stop. Same thing for the Mercedes of, who is that? Koth. I love you too. Oh, thank you. Wow, I've got so much love tonight. And we also have Marcio Magana saying, go Trunk, go. I have a curious question. Are you guys from his football team? And speaking of Brazil, here's a list of famous Brazilian Formula 1 drivers in the world of Formula 1. We've got Ayrton Senna, Rubens Barrichello, Felipe Massa, Felipe Nasser, Nelson Piquet, did I forget someone? Bruno Senna. Yeah, Brazil is generous in terms of Formula 1 drivers. And it was generous for Formula 1. We've got Fuzzwad now. He's going to enable DRS. He's going to go across the finish line, and he's going to be starting his lap in Bahrain. Ladies and gents, let's take a lap with him. Let's try to see where are his braking points. Goes down to 2nd gear. Very, very careful on the throttle. Short shifts into 3rd. Enables the DRS now. Goes into 6th gear. Heading into turn 4. Goes down to 2nd gear. Oh, there's a distraction. He goes down now to 5th gear. Good afternoon. The group from Brazil arrived to cheer for the victory of F Trunk, the Brazilian black. And now we head into the slowest point in this circuit. It's turn 8. Very careful. He missed the apex. He enables the DRS now. Fuzzwad. Heading into turn 11. Goes down to 4th gear. That was a fairly slow exit here. And now this corner is one of the trickiest corners. Turn 12. If you hit the curbs, your car is gonna slip like a soap. Enabling the DRS across the finish line. Managing to get a 133.5, finishing in P17 for Fazwad. F-Trunk is out of the session, ladies and gents. F-Trunk is out. We've got a yellow flag. That is unfortunate for the Brazilian fans. Victor F. Trunk, the Brazilian Black Cloud. I'm talking about Sao Paulo, Brazil. Nelson Piquet, best driver in history. Luciano Martins, with all due respect, if you think Nelson Piquet is the best driver in history, you need to Google Ayrton Senna. With all due respect. A big hug on behalf of the whole Sokoko international family. 10 seconds to go, and 2 drivers were not able to set their lap times. We still have the Aston Martin of Swistak. He's still on his outlap. Come on, hurry up, boy. He's not gonna make it. He's out. And Vespa extends his lead once again. A 129.08. 0.6 of the second faster than Sharpie of the Red Bull. Ivor of the Haas was able to enhance his time, a 130.0. But I'm really curious to see what Vespa is going to be doing in the race. This is a scary time. And we start asking ourselves, does he really belong in Tier 2 or should he move up to Tier 1? Because this is a scary time. And to stop domination, here's what some motorsports do. For example, if you're familiar with the Japanese Super GT, they have a rule. If you win one race, 10 kilograms are going to be added to your car. And that's to keep the competition fair for everyone, so that no one can be much more stronger than the others. Oh, look at the disrespect. Vespa needs some private lessons with Trunk from the Sokoko family. Well, so far Vespa has the fastest lap time. Wait, you mean the other way around? Ladies and gents, this is it for the qualifying session. It's going to be Vespa starting from pole position. Let's take a look at the grid. Vespa from pole with a 129.0 is going to be followed by Sharpie. In 3rd place, Ivor. We've got also Andrenan and Toho. Outside of the top 5, we've got F Trunk, Wolfman, Seb Mail, Lopi, and Zesik. Outside of the top 10, we've got RS, Koth, Gil, Moti Perez, Vance Racing, Sir Ibo. Sir Ibo is a returning name. Fuzwad, QBville, Swistak, Skid Solo. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gents, because in a couple of minutes we are going to be racing in Bahrain. Apologies if I wasn't able to pronounce the names correctly, because it's the first time that I see these names, and some of them are a bit difficult to pronounce. Not gonna lie. What happens when the driver is 100 30 kilogram. What could they add? They could add diabetes, probably. Ladies and gents, get ready to witness the grand symphony of roaring engines, squealing tires, and fans cheering like their favorite team just won the championship. It's going to be a wild ride full of twists, turns, and maybe a few "did that really just happen" moments. Buckle up, stay hydrated, and prepare to have your hearts race as fast as the Formula 1 cars themselves. Let's get this party started, and may the best driver take home the trophy. Or at least a cool selfie with the winner's champagne shower. Welcome to Bahrain, where the desert meets speed and racing reaches a whole new level of awesomeness. We are still waiting for the drivers now to finish their setups, hopefully. Hopefully not a glitch or a bug in the game. Yep. The lights are preparing, ladies and gents, because once they become green, lights go green and cars go vroom as we go racing in Bahrain for the next 29 laps. It's an excellent start from the Red Bull of Sharpie. Excellent start from the McLaren of Vespa heading into turn 1. Looks like the Red Bull of Sharpie into the inside line. He backs out and he leaves Vespa. Vespa now is leading the race. Sharpie in P2 followed by Ivor. Anderman in 4th place. We've got Wolfman in 5th. Look at the Alpha Tauri. I thought he was going to go for the move. Look at the Mercedes. Look at the Mercedes. The Mercedes sends it in. Still side by side next to the Alpine. Who's going to have the upper hand? They're going to be moving now into turn 4. No, I mean turn... Which turn is that? Yeah, turn 8. Down the inside he goes. And now Koth takes P7. But the Alpine is still on his tail. And he backs down now. And whoa. Oh, a little bit of archie-bargy between the Alpine and the... Whoa. Koth has lost traction and as a result has lost a position to the Alpine of Lopi. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Looks like it's... Oh, Fuzzwad is out of the race. Swistak is trailing behind. Same thing for the Williams of Seb Mail. Vespa is still leading in 1st place. 8 tenths behind. We've got Sharpie. Ivor in 3rd place. Anderman 4th. Followed by Wolfman outside of the top 5. Toho. And Vespa with the fastest lap time. Of course, he's the first driver to cross the starting line. The first driver to cross the finish line. Of course, he's going to have the fastest lap time. We've got Lopi in 7th place, followed by Koth. Koth still fighting that Alpine. Koth might be on the tire disadvantage because he's on the hards, while Lopi is on the mediums. It's going to take skill. And no dive bombs. Stay clean. Heading into turn 5. To turn 6. He nails the apex. Now heading into turn 8 he goes. But he's far away. Has lost time. In P9 we've got RS followed by Zisik. And there has been an overtake right here. Skid Solo. Fuzzwad saying my car wouldn't move off the line. Maybe you've got the assists turned on. Maybe the setup is a bad one. Vance Racing overtakes QBville. The Duracell livery. And Vespa goes back at it. Oh, look at Wolfman, look at Wolfman, look at Wolfman, look at Wolfman. He sends it on the straight line. He made it look so easy. And he takes P4 from the McLaren of Andernan. And ladies and gents, the DRS will be enabled right now. And oh, Andernan, what has happened? He spun. Tourne dans le vide vide. And now he's losing another position to Zesik. Well, Zesik goes wide. Andernan tries to go for the switchback. Is he going to be able to take P9? Zesik compromises his racing line, and Andernan takes... Oh! Contact between the Haas and the Aston Martin. F-Trunk, the Brazilian famous superhero tonight on the soft tires. He's racing against Zesik of the Aston Martin. Oh, Zesik gets pushed off track. Where is Zesik? Zesik falls behind. And now Gil is looking to apply the pressure on F-Trunk. Is he going to be able to resist? Well, F-Trunk has got the tire advantage. Looks like. Oh, I thought Gil was going to go for it. He hesitates at the last millisecond. Look at these drivers. The DRS is going to be enabled now. It's going to be very easy for them to overtake. Oh, is he going to go for it? Is he going to be greedy? No, he's not. We've got a yellow flag, Sector 3. Seems this is an Aston Martin. The Aston Martin of Swistak. I assume he's Polish. That's a very common Polish name. And Vespa is still in first place. 1.2 seconds behind still. Sharpie is now up to 1.3 seconds. Look at Koth. Koth chasing Lopi. This has been the battle of the century between these drivers for the past 4 laps. Mercedes versus the Alpine. It's true the Mercedes has the tire disadvantage, yet he's still fighting. He's not willing to give up, and now he's going to be receiving DRS. This is going to be a huge boost to him. As he's approaching the Alpine of Lopi, is he going to go to the inside? Lopi swings around, closes the door on him. But not for too long, because he's going to have another DRS now, entering the second DRS zone. DRS enabled. Koth getting closer and closer to Lopi. Koth, is he going to send it? No, he's not going to send it. But the distance is 0.3 of a second only, and we've got a Mercedes of QBville spinning on turn 1. Well, if you want to compare the Formula 1 2023 to the older game, I really enjoyed this one more than the other one, than the year before. The traction control and the car control felt a lot more realistic and felt a lot more enjoyable. Toho with the DRS enabled. Toho with the Alpha Tauri overtaking big sister of the Red Bull, Mr. Wolfman 3TM. Toho or Tojo or Toyo, based on the language, moves up to P4, while Koth is still fighting with Lopi. Is Lopi gonna be caught by Koth? Good question. We are now lap 6. Oh, I thought Lopi was gonna go to the pits. He's defending the inside line. Where is Koth gonna go? It's not enough for Koth. It's not enough. But in a couple of lap times from now, I believe Koth is gonna have the advantage, because the mediums are not gonna be able to last that long compared to the hards. Look at Toho. Toho versus Wolfman. Wolfman was able to take the 4th place back. Red Bull versus Alpha Tauri. It's like a big comp. Oh, Wolfman going very wide, and we've got a yellow flag. F-Trunk, 5-second penalty for colliding with another driver. So having Red Bull fighting against Alpha Tauri, it's like, let me think of a good example. It's like an iPhone fighting with an Apple Watch. Both belong to the same family. One has priority, the other is like a sister company. And now they're fighting. 0.2 of a second separating them. Now Toho is gonna have the DRS. Oh, he has had a better racing line, this man. DRS enabled. He's getting so much close to the Red Bull. Oh, on the straight line. Toho takes the 4th place back. Goes down to 2nd gear and keeps the 4th place. Well done, Toho. Look at Andernan versus RS. If you played Minecraft, you would see a lot of Enderman, which is close to Enderman. Andernan hesitates this time. And Moti Perez now fighting with Zesik for the 1 point for the 10th place. Moti Perez gets the upper hand and is now in P10. Well, ladies and gents, here's your fun fact of the day. Did you know that the word Bahrain translates to 2 C's in Arabic? Koth is now 1/10 of a second behind Lope. Ooh. He was very, very late on the brakes. Right here. He needs to save his ERS. Keep it to the main straight. The Mercedes of QBville is always spinning. He needs to be careful with the traction control. And now, ladies and gents, Koth enables the DRS. He's using the ARS on overtake mode. He releases it. Going side by side into turn 1. Lope yields and gives him the position. He's going for the switchback. No, he does not. Koth keeps the 6th place. And now Lope with the DRS. Lope gonna be going around the outside line. Lope and Koth. Who's gonna be caught? Lope takes the upper hand once again. Round the outside line. Amazing racing from these two drivers. I'm really amazed by the frames per second by this game on the PlayStation 5. It's the first time that I see a Formula 1 game on a PlayStation 5. And really wow. I'm really amazed by the picture, by the quality, and the frames per second. Take a look at Moti Perez. This is the battle for P10. 3 drivers are fighting. It's Zesik, Moti Perez, and Gil. Gil is falling behind though. 1.1 seconds behind. On board now with Moti Perez. 0.3 of a second behind Zesik. Moti is very low on ERS. Only 10% remaining. He needs to manage his ERS. Look at Koth. Moti Perez with the DRS enabled, very late on the brakes. He sends it to the inside and he takes the 10th place again. You know, Formula 1 2023 seems to be encouraging close racing a lot more than Formula 1 2022. We are really enjoying these fights. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. This car is not moving. Who is that? Seb Mail. And Chunk was able to overtake Gil and moves up to P13. Koth still fighting with Lopi. So far, Lopi has completed 8 laps on his mediums. His mediums are going to start to wear out, whereas Koth is going to be comfortable. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. A little bit of oversteer from Lopi opens the door for Koth to take the 6th place. And he tells him, "Thank you very much, I will have your position." This is why you always have to be careful on the throttle control. Lopi is not happy with that. Lopi trying to go late on the brakes. He hesitates. It's not going to be a foolproof this time, and he's falling behind now. Zesik is now trying to apply the pressure on Moti Perez. 4/10 of the second. DRS enabled. DRS enabled. 3/10. Oh! Mistake from Moti Perez. He misses his apex. But luckily enough, he's still able. He still kept his 10th place. DRS enabled. RS was able to overtake Anderman. Moves up to P8. This is our friend, the Brazilian F Chunk in P13 and yellow flag in Sector 2. But everyone is still moving. So far, clean racing from everyone. No incidents, no nothing, no dirty driving, so kudos and cookies to the drivers. Well done. Zesik going side by side next to Moti Perez. Zesik with the DRS open, he takes the 10th place. He secured it, very easy. And Koth was finally able to take P6. And Lopi is behind him. 4/10 of the second. Skid Solo overtakes F Trunk. And the race has slightly matured. The race has started to settle in. You can see there's a distance between the majority of the drivers and each other. Except for a few drivers who are fighting for positions, like the likes of F Trunk. But soon enough, F Trunk is going to be struggling because he has completed 10 laps on his softs, and that is too much, especially on a track like Bahrain, so hot and with a lot of heavy braking zones. Moti Perez, 1/10 of the second, going against Zesik. Zesik is going to be going to the pits. He thought 10 laps on the mediums are too much. But not everyone is thinking like that. F Trunk is still willing to continue. F Trunk thinks about it. Zesik goes 4 hards. And F Trunk sends it to the inside. Takes the 11th place from Skid Solo. We are now on the 12th lap of the race. Vespa is leading comfortably, nearly 4.2 seconds. Anderman in P8 now. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. What is going on in RS's mind? I'm sure he's having a lot of bad words. A lot of anger and frustration. He's got a broken front wing, which means his car is gonna understeer a lot. It's gonna be fairly difficult to go full speed on corners. Now he's gonna be overtaken by Zesik. Zesik made it look so easy on the outside line. Toho in P4, half a second behind Ivor. And the race has sort of settled in. You can see a gap of at least 1 second between every driver and the other, and now the leader decides to go to the pits after 13 laps on the mediums. Sharpie stays out. Ivor also goes to the pits while Toho stays out. What kind of strategies are these drivers going to be going on? Vespa goes on hards. And he made me hard watching this. Now Sharpie is proficiently leading the race. But for how long? It's going to be a matter of time before he goes to the pits and does his stint. Look at Moti Perez trying to fight with Ivor. DRS enabled. Moti Perez was very late on the brakes, still behind the Alfa Romeo of Skid Solo. They're too close yet too far. 0.2 of a second separating these two drivers. As they're going to be now heading into turn 10, the slowest corner. There was a better exit from Skid Solo. 3/10. DRS enabled for Moti Perez. But the Alfa Romeo closes the door on him. Tells him, "Excuse me, sir, you shall not pass." And the drivers are going to the pits. Sharpie, Toho, Wolfman, Lopi, and Hernan. But Koth decides to stay out, of course. He's on a different strategy. He's on the hards. As a general rule of thumb, if you don't know what tire to start on, if you're between the top 10 or in a competitive position, it would be better to put on the softer tire. Otherwise, start on the harder tire, then finish it on the soft. And Vespa overtakes Koth. Is anyone able to stop this Vespa guy? Vespa. We are almost halfway through the race. Vespa still comfortably leading. Ivor is 7/10 behind. Sharpie. With the DRS enabled. Don't think it's gonna happen. Let's take a look at Andernan, the guy that we find in Minecraft a lot. The Enderman. He's got the DRS enabled. He's gonna be going fighting against Zesik Andernan on the straight line. Made it look so easy. Takes the 9th place from the Aston Martin. And F. Trong overtakes Giz and takes the 11th place. Ladies and gents, let us know in the chats where are you watching from and which driver are you supporting. 16 laps through the race. Race has started to get a little bit boring. Lopi and Koth are still fighting again. But this time, Koth has the tire advantage. Lopi with the hards on. Moti Perez decides to go to the pits after completing 15 laps on the mediums. Lopi with the DRS enabled. He overtakes Koth with the tire disadvantage. The blue and pink Alpine is certainly a bizarre color. It reminds me a lot of the Barbie colors. Speaking of which, have you seen the Barbie movie? Was it any nice? Lopi with a purple sector 1. Very impressive. Can you stop him if he has that pace? Nearly 10 laps to go. Sharpie. Half a second behind Ivor. Look at Koth and Lopi once again. Koth and Lopi. Oh, thank God for ghosts. Otherwise, Koth would have lost his front wing and potentially his car. Koth takes advantage of that and is very happy with P6. Sharpie is still within the half a second range behind Ivor. Sharpie down 3/10 of the second with the DRS, and the ERS enabled. But he didn't go for it because of a yellow flag in turn 1. Sector 1, I mean. Of Seb Mail, who has retired in the pits. Is that really Mail-like to quit if you're not getting a good result? You should never quit. You never know what can happen in the last minute, in the last second. And this is what happened. This is how Max Verstappen has won the 2021 World Championship. He patiently waited for the right minute to strike in and to win. Big respect. We are now on the 19th lap of the race. And Sharpie is 4/10 of the second behind Ivor. I don't think it's going to be enough this time. Another yellow flag, sector 2. I think someone. What? He had diarrhea, dude. Who are you talking about? Who has diarrhea? Well, the race is getting slightly boring. Because of how everyone is building gaps. And if you think about it in a way, all sports are similar. All sports are games of spaces, of blanks. In football, you look for empty spaces. In basketball, you look for empty spaces. In Formula 1, you look for empty spaces. It's all about spaces. And all about management. This is why you need to work a lot on your nerves. Sharpie. 6/10 of the second. Still behind Ivor. Ivor in his turn is 7 seconds behind Vespa. This Vespa guy seems like a legend. Undernan now fighting with Koth. While Lopi is falling behind. Undernan with the DRS enabled. Moves to the side. Undernan made it look easy. Goes on with P6. What about Toho? Toho and Sharpie. Less than a second. It's the battle for P2. Someone is spinning a lot in sector 3. We are now on the 22nd lap. And Sharpie successfully spearheads. Takes P2. few laps to go. 70 accurate. RS is out of the race. Very unfortunate. Toho is now 1/10 of the second behind Ivor. 23rd lap of the race. 6 laps to go. The RS enabled, the RS enabled. The Alpha Tauri man sends it on Ivor and takes P3. Well done, Toho. He's having the race of his days, this guy. Andernan moves up to P6. While Koth is caught in P7. Koth now fighting with Andernan. Mostly the race has been very stable, very clean and professional, which is going to make stewards' lives a lot easier. Because there won't be any incidents to look at. So only 5 laps to go. Evor sends it. Evor is now in the top 3. And you do need to be very careful on that throttle, especially on turn 1 and 2. The smallest extra pressure can send you to the shadow realm. And your car will be spinning. Like a record player. Koth is still in P7. 3/10 of the second separating him from Anderman. Koth and Anderman still fighting for a few cents. Oh! Deja vu. I've just been in this place before. That's a nice drift from Koth. And he was able to save it. Very nice save. And some nice drift show to entertain us. Because we are a bit bored due to the lack of incidents. So we are now on the 25th lap of the race. Vespa is still leading, nearly 5.5 seconds behind Sharpie. We've got Toho, who was able to overtake Ivor, now in 3rd place, followed by Ivor. Wolfman in 5th place. Andernan in 6th. Apologies if I sound a bit weird, but I'm really tired. It's the end of the day. Gil gets a 3-second time penalty. QB V gets a 5-second time penalty. Ivor is still half a second behind Toho. And Toho is extending the lead lap after lap. So I think it's going to be very difficult for Ivor. Three laps to go, and today's race has been dominated by Vespa. You know, it's not a good thing if a single driver dominates the whole thing. It's not a good thing for your merchandise. And for your broadcast. People are gonna get bored so easily. I don't know why I keep on falling asleep. It's maybe the weather. But we are now on the 26th lap of the race, and this race has been a lot drama-free. Only 3 drivers are out, and that's a proof that this league is all about clean racing. You gotta be careful. Two laps to go. Vespa leading 3.6 second lead. Almost 2 laps to go. Well, since we are here, a lot of drivers have served their penalties. A lot of drivers have not. Let's take a look at the penalties. So Vance, QBville is in a big trouble. 8 seconds worth of time penalty. Same thing for Gil and Swistak, who both have 3-second time penalty. And speaking of the devil, QBville said, what? 8 seconds of penalty? Not enough, give me more. And now he has 11 seconds. And Vespa has just started the 28th lap. So 2 more laps to go. While Swiatek gets the 131.9, the fastest lap. Six tenths separating them. Is Wolfman, is Ivor gonna be able to overtake Toho before the race ends? DRS enabled, but not enough. They're gonna soon have only 1 lap to go. It's gonna be now or never for the 3rd podium finish. Who's gonna drink champagne tonight? Wait, do they have champagne in Bahrain or non-alcoholic rose water? if it were the case for me, I wouldn't finish in top 3 on purpose. Because champagne and victory are always associated together. 4 10s, 3 10s, 2 10s of the second. Seems like Ivor is gonna send it on the last lap. Goes to the inside line very late on the brakes, and he takes the 3rd place, while the Alpha Tauri of Toho, a lot of contact, was not willing to let go. He was forced to let go. That's how things roll. And we've got F Trunk moving up to P9, overtaking Lopi. Look at Vespa. He goes into sector 2. He's very oh, he has dropped some time compared to Sharpie. Maybe he made a mistake or something. But now, ladies and gents, one corner is gonna be separating Vespa from his race win in Bahrain. Ladies and gents, Vespa wins in Bahrain. Pure domination. Sharpie finishes in P2. Ivor in P3. Well done. Oh, poor Toho. Receives 10-second time penalty. He's doing the Red Bull a favor. Wolfman finishes in P4. Toho in P5. But his penalty is gonna be a pain in the... yeah, you know where. Andernan in P5. Koth in P7, followed by Zesik in P8. F Trunk in 9th place. Skid Solo in 10th. Outside of the top 10, we've got... well, Skid Solo still needs to finish. Crosses the finish line. 10th place. Multi Perez in 11th. Lopi in 12th, followed by Gil. Swithstock 14th. Vance Racing in 15th. Sir Ibo in 16th. And QBville in 17th. But these are the final unofficial results. Because, of course, the stewards are going to have a lot to talk about. Love the Barbie colors on the Alpine. Thank you, thank you. Apologies if I wasn't able to fully control myself. I was falling asleep. It was a bit late. Thank you, Marcio Magania. And now, ladies and gents, 3 drivers are going to be lining up on the podium for a not champagne shower. Is anyone going to break any trophies, though? Any Lando Norris in the facility? It does look like him. Hide your trophies. Ladies and gents, here are the final unofficial results for tonight's race in Bahrain. We've got Vespa, the winner of the race, followed by Sharpie. Ivor in 3rd. Wolfman, the Canadian, in 4th place, followed by Andernan in 5th. Outside of the top 5, we've got Toho, we've got Koth, we've got Zesik, and F Trunk. followed by Skid Solo. Outside of the top 10, we've got Moti Perez, Low P, and P12, followed by... My eye is not helping me now. Gil. My eyes are closing and I'm opening it again. Swiss Tuck in P14, followed by Vance Racing, Sir Ebo QB-ville, RS, Seb Mail, and Fuzzwad. Last but not least, ladies and gents, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope to see you next week. Same place, same time. Don't go anywhere. This is Salim kissing you a good night.